The internet is calling Kendrick Lamar a hypocrite for working with Playboi Carti.
I mean, really, the only conclusion there is to come to at this point is that Kendrick Lamar, when it comes to the morals he puts into his songs and the ones that he throws in people's faces as a means of endearing you to him, he selectively applies them when it's convenient for him and most to his benefit. If it allows him to build on his popularity and get a leg up on a competitor or tell a certain kind of story and narrative, he embraces it. But simultaneously, if it prevents him from doing a collab with an artist that might actually benefit his numbers and his appeal, then he's going to look the other way. That's how it all kind of reads, honestly. And I don't know, from this point, hearing him make commentary on this front is going to be a lot harder to take seriously because of this.
What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership. Gang, I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. I saw it coming from a mile away, and now it's here, and the ugly day is here where I have to actually address this situation that I could see coming for months. There are many facets to this scenario, to this situation, but the number one bottom line issue is they're calling Kendrick Lamar a hypocrite because of his moral stance against Drake, to which now he appears to be faltering on that and using Playboi Carti to extend his clout, according to the Drake fans, the bubble bath rap lovers, and the holy rollers. I'm going to be as respectful as I can. Please bear with me, because I know some of you truly believe that this man is a hypocrite, but I'm going to talk to you about why, if you really understand what's happening, that is not the case. But I do want to discuss what's going on. So let's start from the start. Playboi Carti is a rapper who has a massive following. And I do this because a lot of my followers are just like me. They want to learn as they go along, because a lot of us don't always know all of this stuff about Playboi Carti and all these different people. We learn as we watch these videos. That's why we click them. So I'm going to explain what's going on. Playboi Carti released a long-awaited album called I Am Music. 30 tracks, which is long as hell. It's on some Chris Brown. Let's just be honest. But Kendrick Lamar, surprisingly, are on 3 of those tracks. And not only he's on 3 of those tracks, he calls Playboi Carti his evil twin on this record. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But Playboi Carti arguably has some explaining to do about some of these things that are in his past, and people are saying that Kendrick Lamar is a hypocrite for working with Playboi Carti. I'm going to break down some of the issues that they have on Playboi Carti, and we're going to have a discussion, right? In 2017, Playboi Carti was arrested for domestic battery. In 2018, he was arrested for punching a driver in Scotland, and he was fined 800 European dollars or what have you. In 2020, he was arrested on gun and drug-related charges in Georgia. He was stopped when his Lamborghini had expired tags. Authorities found 12 bags of marijuana, 3 guns, Xanax, codeine, and oxycodone, which I call the rapper starter kit, right? He had all that on him in his possession, and he was arrested. He also had improperly passed an emergency vehicle. So it's just a whole lot going on with that. And in 2022, he was arrested for reckless driving, which again, that's a whole nother charge. People die for driving recklessly, so they do have to pull you over and arrest you. Just, I remember Andre 3000, I think they caught him doing 200 miles per hour at one time, like on a highway somewhere. So these guys, they do this stuff. This is par for the course. And I want to have a real conversation if you're going to spare me the time. On December 29th in 2022, he was arrested on a felony assault charge after allegedly choking his girlfriend, who was 14 weeks pregnant. Not only did he allegedly choke her, she says he pushed her in some bushes, and then she tried to escape, and he assaulted her again. So these are very, very bad charges to have for anyone, whether they're true or not. Some of these are actually provable because he was arrested and they have footage of him with the drugs and the alcohol and things like that, right? So those are bad. I've seen a lot worse, but those are bad. Let's not be, you know what I'm saying? They're not Kodak Black bad, because Kodak Black list is a little bit more excessive. Let's just be honest, gang. So what I want to talk about is what has happened was this album came out and these Drake fans got wind of Kendrick being on the album. Not only did they get wind of Kendrick being on the album, they got worked into a frenzy because DJ Academics told him that Kendrick Lamar executive produced the album, and they also told him that Kendrick Lamar blocked what he heard was a really solid Drake and Carti feature, right? So he was saying that there was supposed to be a Drake feature on that album that was dope, and Kendrick Lamar blocked it. So at 3 a.m. in that morning, 3 hours late, it was supposed to drop at midnight. It dropped at 3 a.m. because this guy is notorious for doing things last minute. They claim it was a Young Thug verse that what they were waiting on, that they were going to put the album out. There's a whole lot of nonsense with this because this guy took 5 years to drop this. But he dropped it at 3 a.m. These people went on, and there was some of the features that Academics told them was on there, wasn't there. They got the 3 Kendrick. There was no Drake verse. The Drake fans can't let that ride, gang. You know what time it is. Now they gotta trash the whole album because Kendrick is on the album, Drake ain't, and lo and behold, he's throwing more subs at Drake. Oh my God, right? They gotta get him. They waiting in the wings. Oh, they launch a full-on attack. And one of the first attacks I saw, gang, I'm just gonna be honest, and they melted it. I think they got a bat phone, gang, and it's just like the narratives they're dictated, they're mandated to all fans. Like they got, the narrative was Kendrick is a hypocrite because he'll do a song with Playboi Carti, but he called Drake out and made Drake to be a bad guy. But here he is. He's supposed to be this morally conscious, black power rapper, God body, moving her earth, heavens, and winds, and all this, and he's supposed to have angel wings on, and he's supposed to have his hand on the Bible. Every single, you heard me, hide the Bible of God, watch all this stuff and this, that, and the third. And what happened was that narrative hit the ground running. Bang. You were, this guy doesn't take care of his kids, and you're gonna run and you call Drake a bad father, and you're gonna do songs with Playboi Carti. Mind you gotta understand, it's literal hypocrite stuff because they really just wanted the Drake feature. But they didn't get the Drake feature, so now they're going to bash him for doing a feature with. Let's make this make sense. You're saying Kendrick can't do a song with this guy, but you rushed to listen to the album. This stuff got to make sense. See, guys, I'm going to be here for a little while because some of this stuff going to be critical thinking. It's going to make sense after a while. They're rushing to, and I'm going to talk about Anthony Fantano too, right? Anthony Fantano is physically hurt, and you can tell his watery eyes and da-da-da. He's feeling a way too about this Kendrick thing, but I'm just going to be honest, gang. Anthony Fantano listened to Playboi Carti's album as well. He's not that bad of a guy if you're going to sit there and rate the album. See, I don't understand. What's bothering me, gang, right? What's bothering me is I saw this coming, but I didn't think it would be so ridiculous. The fake narrative that Playboi Carti is this bad guy. He choked the pregnant girl, but you all ran and listened to the album, including Anthony Fantano. But you want Kendrick to be this moral standing, this beacon of light, right? And you're going to say, well, Challz, I'm not the one calling Drake this, that, and the third. You heard what he called him? You heard what he said about Baca? Why is he around? This little judgmental midget, this elf, with size 7 sneaker, thinking he's holy roller. Then he goes and run and does songs with a guy that wears black thongs, black fingernails, beats women, carries codeine and Xanax around, and he's supposed to be the moral compass of hip hop. Well, let me just put it like this. First of all, you made him the moral compass of hip hop. He's told you 100 times he's not perfect. He told you 100 times he's in therapy. And he told you 100 times he don't like Drake. So what happened was, gang, I'm just going to, because this girl, her name is Chilling with Moni. And she said I watched her breakdown of the situation. And I liked how she was cooking. And one of the things she said the casuals. Casuals are people who are not in the hip hop culture, but they come in with their own moralities and things of that nature, right? I'm going to say something that may be a little bit offensive. It may be a little bit weird for you to understand. But gang, if we're going to be honest, I'm going to give you 24 hours to name one single rapper in this entire business that is holy enough to be labeled as perfect. This not about Carti. I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. But you want Kendrick to never do features again if you're saying you're going to judge him for doing a feature with this man. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know nothing about Playboi Carti. I don't listen to his music. I don't even understand the hype of why people want to hear it. That's a whole nother video for another day. You could tell me, well, they love Playboi Carti because his effervescent, excellent. I don't know what it is, gang. I'm just going to be honest. But I know these Drake fans is triggered because Drake wasn't on that album. And I see these insults every day. They don't even, they're going to make a lie become the truth, gang. And it's working, though. That's the part that's kind of confusing. Because what I've learned in this new era, if you repeatedly bang something home long enough, it starts to become, people start looking at it like, maybe it is. You know? But they thought that they banged enough stuff and banged enough comments home that made you think, oh man, up is down, down is up. We're in the upside down. So once they pound this thing home enough that this guy's awful, then it becomes a narrative that people start believing. If you look online, his diehard fans are questioning him now. Just like Fantano in that video. Right? In that video, Fantano damn near watery-eyed because his savior did a record with a questionable rapper. Well, guess what, gang? I'm just going to be honest and let you casuals in on a little secret. All these rappers got some dirt in their history. What'd you say, Challz? All of them. Kendrick never ever told you he was Jesus Christ. I'm just going to be honest. You put that on him. He told you, I am not your savior. Remember that? Y'all forgot Mr. Morale already? Y'all let this one rap battle make y'all put this, because you wanted him to beat Drake. He did it. He slew the dragon. You wanted him dead. He's dead. But he's still breathing because these guys ain't gonna never let him die. They dragged his cold body like what's House of the Dragon when what's my guy? He got knocked off the dragon and they burnt his face and then he fell. The young king, I can't remember his name right now. They dragged him back to the castle and he's in the castle. His face is melted with the mask but he's alive. He's alive, right? So yeah, Drake lost. He got burnt up, but he's alive. And they're gonna teach him how to fight again, and they're gonna raise him up and keep this narrative going that Drake is working on music, And he's gonna make his music. He's gonna still be relevant in this business no matter what we say. Right, wrong, or indifferent. He's going to be around. So I say all that to say this. You have tried to elevate this man to win that battle. He won the battle, but he also used tactics in a battle. He doesn't like the guy. So he called out all of his faults. He dissected him piece by piece. And most of this guy's faults were easy to dissect because he's an awful person when you peel back the layers. I'm just going to be honest. Very, very, very questionable habits of this man. I'm just going to be honest. So it was easy to do. So what happened was when he dissected this guy like a scientist, this guy's intelligent, gang. Kendrick got straight A's in high school. I'm just gonna repeat that. He got straight A's in high school. This guy's extremely intelligent, right? So he used this guy's weaknesses against him. You took that as Kendrick is so morally, his moral compass is, you made him into a deity. You made him into a saint. He never ever asked to be that. So when I look at Fantano with them watery eyes, asking himself, how could Kendrick do this? How could he do a song with this guy? How dare he? I can't believe his moral. So Dr. Dre smacked the shit out of D Barnes. Right? He been signed to Dr. Dre forever. Right? I don't even need to give any Eminem fan any ammunition about what they say about Eminem has done over these 20 years. But every single time Eminem drop, y'all swallow it up and review the album and we don't hear nothing else. What is the difference with this guy? I can go down the list. I can give you, you can name 50 rappers and I can tell you something that they did. But now y'all got this moral compass because Kenny did a song with a guy that did something wrong. Well, guess what? Probably everybody in this business did something wrong. Jay-Z stabbed a man. What? Khalees claims Nas beat her up. Huh? What? What you say, Charles? I can go on and on, gang. So who is he supposed to rap with? Let me know, people. I can be here all night because I don't have nothing else to do but talk about this. When you feed into that, you're feeding into a narrative that's been driven home for a reason. They have an ulterior motive to have this narrative that he's a hypocrite. I would expect that from those guys. But the people that like this guy, that have sworn allegiance to this guy and have been enamored with him for the last 10 months, that have been all on his nuts. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. I'm just going to be honest. The guy never ever said, I am some type of martyr. You liked his raps. He obliterated this guy with his raps. And he even went on after that to still say, I am a flawed human being. I'm in therapy. I still cry. A whole lot of things he said. Right? He's trying to be a better man, but at the same time, he's also that kid from Compton that got that Compton life in him too. And I'm not even going to get on the fake religious people. I'm not even doing that tonight. Right? I'm not even going to get on the people that's morally, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to put yourself and judge someone else as if they are supposed to be better than you are yourself. I don't subscribe to the hypocrite narrative. And a lot of you falling in two different categories. Either you didn't like him in the first place, so you're running with that and you're full steam ahead, or you placed your insecurities and yourself, your shortcomings, and you were like, he doesn't have any of them. That's my guy. I love K. Dot. And all that did was build him up for failure, because the very first time that he disappointed you, you're going to crucify him. And that's what you're doing right now. So I'm looking at it, both sides of the gate is suspect to me. I'm just going to be honest. Now, if that's how you truly feel, and you're not placing him on a pedestal where you really didn't know him, you thought he was this little angel that was just defending himself from a rap battle. This guy got demons too. And he never act like he didn't. So if you're one of these people that really just truly in your heart, you like, I'm sorry, it's just hypocritical to me. I can't tell you what to believe. I can't tell you you're right or wrong. But I need you to understand, when you say that this man is hypocritical, or you say that Playboi Carti is not worthy of recording with, then I'm going to need you to show me the rapper that has nothing on him. I'm going to need you to show me. And again, I'm just going to be, I don't know this guy. I don't know Playboi Carti from a hole in the wall. I don't listen to his music. I have nothing good, bad, or different. I couldn't barely point the motherfucker out in the lineup. I hope I put the picture of him right, because I don't even know what he looked like. Just going to be honest. Every time I Google him, I might get the wrong person when I do the picture for the thing. I'm just going to be honest. I don't watch him. So this is not a defense of him. Before you get in my comments and start saying, well, Carti, da, 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 da. I don't care. What I'm telling you is every rapper in TDE has a past. Every rapper in OVO has a past. All of these rappers did something. Kenny did stuff. So to try to hold him to some fake standard of, you can't do songs with Carti, I'm going to just stop you right there. You sound crazy. And again, like chilling with Moni said, casuals. Casuals come in off the street. They don't understand hip hop. And let's be clear, this is hip hop. This is a hip hop issue. Kendrick is a rapper. Right? And believe it or not, this Drake situation, Drake is a rapper too. Now, we know he get ghost right and all that before you get in the comments like, but Drake is a fucking asshole. I get all that. We don't need the history of Drake, but I'm just telling you, these are two rappers with a rapper's issue. So when you start trying to bring in outside morality, this is two rappers. All he did was win at another rapper lyrically and bodied them like he's supposed to do. He didn't become some Jesus helper overnight. He didn't become some morally, the moral compass of hip hop. He never asked to be that, and he never wanted to be that. You guys put that on his back, and now you're trying to tear it off of him. And the Fantano situation is another issue of a casual. It's been many years of Fantano. And I understand entertainment. I understand someone can listen to something from their ear and take it for what it is. But at the same time, I also know a real hip hop head from one that's not. Just gonna be honest. Fantano is a casual coming into hip hop trying to put morality on it. You can't. We do things different over here. It's a culture. If you don't understand it, it is what it is. We accept everybody in it for what unless they do something really, really despicable. But it's going to be dudes in here that smoke weed, pop pills, drink, do all kind of wild stuff, hit women. It is what it is. Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you, this is what this is. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Y'all remember a guy named NBA Youngboy? Remember that guy? Yeah. And every time he drops, they go listen to it. So I wanna say this. You're more worried about Kendrick doing a song with him than actually him. Y'all didn't boycott Playboi Carti. I didn't see nobody say that. But all of a sudden, when Kendrick do some music with him, you're a hypocrite for working with him. Everybody that said he was a hypocrite played all 30 songs on that album. I bet you the album be #1. But somehow, Kenny the hypocrite. Fantano listened to a music of a guy who beat a pregnant woman, but he's not a hypocrite, but somehow Kendrick is, right? Hey, all that fake shit. Hey, what they talking about? They talking about nothing. Listen, gang, I'm going to get out of here. But what I want to leave you with, right? I don't know Playboi Carti from a hole in the wall. I don't care. But what y'all not going to do is come in here and try to thumb your nose up at the culture. Dudes got issues. Dudes got problems. They do stuff. They either get better, they get worse, they go to prison. It is what it is, or die. But this it's a complicated thing, gang. We come from a certain lifestyle, and everything ain't always shits and bubble gums. We ain't always doing the bubble bath rap thing over here, right? And God forbid y'all really trying to say Kendrick is dealing with a guy, but you are a Drake fan. You're trying to say Kendrick is dealing with a guy with an awful history, but you are a Drake fan. That is a whole nother video. That is a whole nother problem. So if we're going to talk about it, let's be honest and be real with it. Every rapper got some problems in their past. Every single one. I think it's going to take you 2 days to think of one that don't got no problems. And I bet he do. Right? You're going to say, Little Yachty. I'm guaranteeing something's in there, gang. Something's there. So listen, I'm going to get out of here. But I do want to leave you with this. This is a contrived narrative because this man is successful. They're going to start to turn on him. They're going to start to try to bring him down, but he already knows this. They're going to use every tactic in the world to shift this man because this is what we do. After someone makes too much noise and gets too successful, we come out of nowhere and start to try to poke holes in their story and put chinks in their armor. I might have to pick this up another time because I'm sure this is going to develop and there's going to be some more stuff to be said. But on that note, CLBMG, I'm going to catch y'all on that flip shot. Make sure y'all get the merchandise. The I'm just going to be honest, merch is out, is live right now. And also the memberships is up. All right, I'm going to catch y'all on that flip. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
CLB.